And so, my friends, there is a real condition for those who may find themselves in this weary state. Well, I'm going to talk and spend more time about what the answer for this is. And we're going to begin in Isaiah chapter 40, a familiar passage, but more importantly, it's written to a group of worn-out warriors, those who have seen God's victory in Israel, but now they are surrounded by enemies and have suffered defeat after defeat. And God sends through the prophet Isaiah words of encouragement to them, as I believe he wants to today for you. Listen carefully to Isaiah chapter 40 and beginning in verse 28. God speaks and says, "Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that everlasting God, the Lord, the Creator of the earth, that he faints not, neither does he get weary, and there's no searching of his understanding." So listen to what he's saying. He's talking to those who are weary, but he said, but don't you remember? In other words, this is someone who has known this in the past, but they've been worn down. And God's calling into the remembrance. Listen, you serve a God that never gets weary. He doesn't faint. And understanding that's past finding out, he says. He goes on to say in the next verse, he said, he still gives power to the faint. He doesn't get discouraged or disappointed that we get faint and weary. It says, in fact, that he instead will give power to the faint. And to them that have no might, he will increase their strength. Oh, begin to get a hold of this. Don't let the enemy discourage you because you find yourself at times in that condition. Because here we're told God's made provision for what he knew would happen. For those who would get faint, for those who would get weary, he said he gives them strength. He goes on to say in verse 30, even the youth shall faint. They'll become weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint.